Yes. So, lay down on the mat. Knees bent. If you have any tension on the lumbar spine, I would say, since you have some stiffness on the lumbar spine, just bend your knees. Okay. Roll the arms outward, palm of the hand facing the sky. Slide the shoulder blades toward the waist. Keep it flat onto the ground and pull the back of the head away from the shoulders, like you want to lengthen the whole spine. Close your eyes and just allow the body to let go. Imagine that your body is melting like snow under a warm sun. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Release all tensions. One more time. Relax your forehead, eyebrows, and the skin between the eyebrows. Relax your eyes. And then sink deeper into the skull. Relax the skin of your face. Unclench your jaw. And let your lips open slightly. Relax your throat, your neck and shoulders, arms, forearms and hands. Relax your back, the muscles of your back and your spine, vertebra to vertebra. Relax your belly and the whole abdominal area. Relax your hips, your groins. Relax your legs, knees, ankles and feet. Bring your attention into your breathing cycle and start observing every aspect of your breath. Which part of your body moves the most? Chest or belly? If both moves, which one moves first? Observe without changing anything. Observe simply to know yourself. Observe the length of your breathing cycle. Inhalation and exhalation have the same length, or one of them is naturally longer. Observe the small pauses between inhalation and exhalation, and between exhalation and inhalation. The small moments where everything stops, even your breath. Become aware of the full phases of your breathing cycle. Inhalation, pause, exhalation, pause, and even there, observe. Is one of the two pauses longer? Observe also that your throat remain relaxed and open even during the pauses. 3 more observing breaths. At the end of the third, take control and create a long, slow, and steady breath. Observe your body expanding with every inhalation and gently contracting with every exhalation. Long, slow, steady breath. Observe your belly moving. Observe the navel going down to the spine with every exhalation. Observe your chest becoming wider with every inhalation and more compact with every exhalation. Observe the ribs moving away from each other with every inhalation. Observe also the muscles between the ribs activating toward the end of the inhalation. Observe the ribs moving closer together with every exhalation. Keep a long, slow, and steady breath. Keep it deep but easy. Keep it soft. If when you breathe deep, you feel some tension in some specific part of your body, observe. Become a witness of yourself. Observe where you can find those tensions. Observe if there is a difference between left and right. Become aware of yourself. And now, start a Viloma 1 technique, a technique where you add some small pauses during the inhalation. So you start the inhalation, small pause, keep on inhaling, pause, keep on inhaling, pause, keep on inhaling, pause, till you reach a full inhalation. When you reach a full inhalation, full lungs, hold your breath for a few seconds. And just before the exhalation, inhale one more time. So inhale, pause, inhale, pause, inhale, pause, inhale, pause, inhale, pause, till you reach a full inhalation. When you have your lungs completely full, hold your breath. And just before the exhalation, inhale one more time. Keep on doing this technique. Inhale, pause, inhale, pause, inhale, pause. And in every pose, focus on relaxing your body. At the end of the inhalation, hold the breath, and even there, relax your body. Observe the feelings, the emotion that may rise up. But observe also that when you relax your body, you allow more air into your lungs. That's why you can inhale after your full lung. Inhale, pause, inhale, pause, inhale, pause, inhale, pause, till you reach a full inhalation. There, hold the breath, just for a few seconds. And then inhale one more time before the exhalation. 3 more Viloma 1 technique. At the end of the third breath, go back to a normal one, not controlled, and observe. Observe your breath becoming lighter and lighter, more and more subtle. Observe your body, relaxed, at ease. And there, take the control again. Inhale actively, one time, and exhale passively, simply letting the air out without forcing it out, without controlling the exhalation. Inhale actively, powerful inhalation. Exhale passively. Let simply the air flow out. Inhale actively. Exhale passively. One more time. Inhale actively. Exhale passively. At the end of the exhalation, hold the breath gently. And allow your body to relax. Again, inhale actively. Exhale passively. And hold the breath. So your lungs won't be completely empty because you're not forcing the air out. So your body, while holding the breath, can relax deeper. So inhale actively, exhale passively, and hold the breath. Relax your body while holding the breath. And remember, this is not a challenge. You're simply playing with your body and with your mind. Inhale actively, exhale passively, and hold the breath. Listen to the messages of your body. And do it at your own pace. Whenever you want to, inhale actively, exhale passively, and hold the breath gently. And while holding the breath, listen to the messages of your body. Feel the peace, the calmness. Inhale actively, exhale passively, and hold the breath. And record those peaceful feelings. Everything is calm and relaxed. One more time. Inhale actively. Exhale passively. And hold the breath. Go back to a normal breath. And now that you can feel that you are relaxed, calm, at ease, we're going to work in a quite different way, still focusing on the breath, but we're kind of stepping up. So the idea is to exhale in 2 times. So you inhale just like you did now in a powerful and active way. And then you you exhale passively. And then you exhale actively. So squeezing your lungs to push your air out. You can use your abdominal muscles. You can use your intercostal muscles, so the muscles around the rib cage, to squeeze the air out. And then again, inhale deeply, exhale passively and actively. One more time, inhale actively, exhale passively and actively. Just become aware of the quantity of air that you still have in your lungs. And I can tell you one more thing, that even if you exhale actively at your maximum, you still will have air into your lungs. Anyway, now inhale actively, exhale passively, actively, and hold the breath. Relax your belly while holding the breath, even if it's just for 1 second. And then again, inhale actively, exhale passively, exhale actively, and hold the breath. Do it at your own pace. And also, if you hold the breath just for 1 second, remember this is not a challenge, relax your body. Relax especially your belly. And observe the feelings that you may experience around the diaphragm and around your lungs. 3 more times. Inhale actively, exhale passively, actively, and hold the breath. Relax your body. Inhale actively, exhale passively, actively, hold the breath and relax. You may even experience some feelings around at the base of the throat. And this is good. One more time, inhale actively, exhale passively, actively, and hold the breath. Relax your body. And go back to a normal breath. Observe your breath. Go back to normal. Easing. Your body is relaxing again. Just observe the feelings and the emotions. Become aware not only of your physical body, but also the different layers. You may even experience some energetical movement, especially on your hands or on your head. And also your mental layer. Observe if you are calm or if your mind keep on wandering around. Just become aware of all the different layers of yourself. Now, really gently, let your knees roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment before pushing with the left hand to sit up. So now, sit on your heels. If it's not comfortable for you, you can always find some props, folded blanket. You can sit on a block, even on a bolster. It's not a problem. So find your kind of comfortable position seated on your heels. Good. Now, move the navel gently toward the spine. So not too much. It's just a small activation of your abdominal muscles, just a slight activation. Just navel toward the spine. And observe that your hips start tilting gently back. Okay, now, keeping this Small activation. Don't keep your abdomen tight, but quite soft. It's just a slight activation. Create circles with your hips and lumbar spine. I know it's weird, but I can tell you that it's really beneficial. Try and focus the movement just on hips and lumbar spine. Shoulders and head doesn't really move. Okay, now turn on the other side too. And yeah, there's one side which is easier than the other. And it's normal, 100% normal. I can tell you that the more you do it, the easier it will be on both sides. Okay, now, since we started moving just a tiny bit your diaphragm when laying down, we're gonna keep on stepping up the technique. So, do you remember that we did inhale actively, exhale passively, and actively, and then hold the breath? We're gonna do exactly the same, but we're gonna also use the spine to help you squeeze the air out. So I'm gonna show you just the movement that we're gonna do. So the idea is to do inhale deeply, exhale passively, actively, rounding your spine. Once that you have the air out, you hold the breath and you lift the sternum again, but releasing the belly. Doing so, you will kind of suck the diaphragm in your rib cage gently. Okay? So simply inhale actively, exhale passively, actively rounding your spine, hold the breath, relax the belly, and lift the sternum. Release. And one more time. Inhale actively, exhale passively, actively. Hold the breath and lift the sternum. Okay, now we're gonna do another small thing, small step up. I wanted to suck the diaphragm in actively. So it's not just the diaphragm that lift up, so there's a stretch on your diaphragm. So it will be lifted inside. But I want to also to suck the diaphragm physically. So the idea is imagine to inhale, but without letting the air enter your body. That is, clasp your nose, your nostrils, close your mouth, and imagine that you want to inhale and observe how your diaphragm suck in and also your cheeks suck in. Okay, maybe you can even feel the nose, the ear just equilibrate. Okay, so clasp your nostril, close your mouth, exhale just a tiny bit, hold the breath, and imagine that you want to inhale, but there's no air entering. And release. Okay. Can you feel that feeling? Can you feel this lifting of the diaphragm? Hilda? Can you feel it or not? Okay, that's good. Now try and do it without clasping your nose. So just blocking your throat, your glottis, that is exactly the same. Exhale, hold the breath, and inhale without inhaling. You can even feel that the base of the throat will be sucked in. I'm gonna go closer to the video so you can see that. So when you do this, you exhale, close the throat. You see that there is a sort of hole creating, okay? That means that it's doing right. Okay, so now that you have this, we're gonna add it to the movement that we did before. So the idea is to do inhale actively, exhale passively, actively, rounding gently the spine, hold the breath, lift the sternum, and in the meantime, inhale without letting the air in. Release. The secret is really to exhale the more that you can. The less air you have in your lungs, the easier will be the movement. And since you told me that you have this stiffness on your lumbar spine and on the cervical and trapezius muscle, moving the diaphragm, it will be crucial to let those two areas of your back released. I'm going to show you just one more thing. While doing so, the more that you do so, the easier will be also to slide the hands inside your rib cage to release the tension from your diaphragm. Once that you can do so, it will be easier and easier to move the diaphragm. So the thing is, you have to have the lungs as much as you can empty, okay? Once that you do the movement and when you suck up the diaphragm, if you do it quite well, with the belly completely relaxed, because if you have the abdominal muscles active, they will pull down your diaphragm, so you won't be able to really lift it up. Once that you do it quite well, you will just, I'm going to show you, just slide the hands inside to access directly the diaphragm. So, doesn't have to be super uncomfortable, but remember that there are some tensions, so you will feel the tensions. But like any massage that you do, you will just day by day release the tensions. The more you do, the easier it will be. Okay? Good. So now we're going to do something different. We're going to try and release that area. So lift the arms right in front of you. Pull the arms back into the shoulder socket. So put it back and down. Push the shoulders and shoulder blades down. Keep the arms parallel to each other. So don't widen your arms, just keep it straight and active. Back, down shoulder, lift the sternum, belly in. All those different things to think of. Okay. Stay there. Now, Bend your elbows and interlace your thumb. Just the thumb. Keep the elbows roughly at the same level of your shoulders. Keep the shoulders down, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, belly in. And now, without losing the grip on your thumbs, start pushing the elbows out. The more that you can. Keep the shoulders down and push the elbows out, like you want to just open the arms, but they're linked. Just keep on doing. And you will most likely feel some areas here working under the armpit. Okay, now look at which thumb is over the other and release. I know it seems a stupid movement, but if you do it right, there are several muscles working. And we're going to do it on the other side. So lift your arms, put it back into the shoulder socket, shoulders down, shoulder blades down, interlace the thumb. On the other side, there's one side that you already did, which is more natural, and the other one, which is weird. Take the weird side. Keep the shoulders down and the elbows roughly at shoulder level. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, and start pushing the elbows out to activate the muscles on the back, around the shoulder blades, and between the shoulder blades and the armpit. Breathe deeply on your chest. Keep on lifted the sternum, shoulder blades down, and release. Okay, now, cross-leg position. Easy cross-leg position. Put your hands right over the knees. Tilt your hip forward, push your shoulders back. Keep your arms completely straight, but arch your spine as much as you can. The movement starts from the hips. So it's the hips tilting forward, the chest is moving forward, but the shoulders and head move back. Keep the head aligned with the spine. Don't let the head drop back, but keep it strong and long. 3 breaths. And relax. Okay. And again, do the circles with your hips and lumbar spine. Both on one side. And on the other side. Okay. Now, still in a cross-leg position. Leave the sternum, shoulder blades down. Lift the right arm up. Bend the elbow and grab with your right hand your left ear. Find a dristi right in front of you and don't allow the head to twist to the left. Keep it straight. Move the right elbow gently back and move the shoulder down. Don't allow the head to turn to the left, so keep it straight. Leave the sternum, shoulder blades down, and now use the weight of your right arm to stretch from the ear to the shoulder. Just use the weight. Don't need to pull. 3 breaths, keep the sternum lifted. And don't turn the head. Keep it really super straight. Now, roll the left arm outward and observe how it does change the stretch. Push the thumb gently back. Keep the sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. And really gently release. Come back to center, take your time. Lift the left arm up and the elbow, grab the air. Don't turn the head to the right. Move the shoulder down, move the elbow back, and use the weight of your left arm to stretch from the ear to the shoulder. Keep lifting the sternum. And don't twist your head. Keep it straight. Lift the sternum. Roll the right arm outward and push the thumb back. Really gently come back to center and create small circles, really small ones, with your head. The idea is not to work on a wide movement, but just to add some fluidity to the neck. Turn also on the other side, the small circles. Okay. Now, push the back of the head away from the shoulders and move the chin gently toward the base of the throat. Lift the sternum. Keep on pushing the back of the head up, but shoulders down. 3 breaths. And release. Okay, now take your right hand and put it outside of your left knee. Okay. Now, start rounding your spine. I know it's weird. Rounding your spine. Move the chin toward the base of the throat. Put your left hand down on the ground, not too far away from your left buttocks. And push your spine and chest to the back and to the right to stretch the area around your right shoulder blade. Push the left knee down to add the stretch. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, release. Change the crossing of your legs. Put your left hand outside of your right knee. Put your right hand down on the ground. Round your spine. Chin toward the base of the throat. And then start pushing the spine and chest back and to the left. So push also with your right hand to help this stretch. Push with your right knee down to focus on the stretch around the shoulder blade. 3 breaths. And release. Again, put your hands over the knees, create circles with your hips and lumbar spine, both on one side. But now allow this movement spiral up through the spine to also move the shoulders. Okay, turn on the other side. The movement starts on the hip and then spiral up. So it's not the shoulder moving first, but it's the hip. The shoulder moves as a consequence. Okay, now, tabletop position. Spread your fingers and turn the head to have the index finger pointing forward. Roll the arms outward to have the inner part of the elbow facing forward. And even there, create circles with your hips and lumbar spine. So now the shoulders and arms doesn't move, even not a millimeter. The movement is just focused on the hips and lumbar spine. Turn also on the other side and try and widen this movement. Once that you have your fluidity of movement, start widening the movement. But the buttocks remain just over the knees. Okay, let me show you a little bit more precisely this movement, Hilda. So it's not that the hips and lumbar spine just remain over the knees. So it's just focus on the hips and lumbar. Yes. Good. Perfect. Okay, now tilt your hip gently back. Activate your abdominal muscles. And still keeping the buttocks right above the knees, start walking forward with your hands to lower your chest. Keep the shoulders wide. Push the shoulders away from each other and push the chest down. Allow the head to move down freely. Belly in. Push the chest down. So you're focusing the opening on the upper part of your spine. Keep the arms active, straight and active. And keep on pushing down the chest. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, really slowly, walk back with your hands. And go back to a tabletop position. Okay. Now, I want you to move just the shoulder blades. So imagine to squeeze the shoulder blades and observe that your chest moves down. Keep the arms completely straight. And then move the shoulder blades away from each other to stretch the area between the shoulder blades. Then go down again, squeeze your shoulder blades. And move the shoulder blades away. Just keep on moving your chest in this way, but keep the shoulders away from the ear. Push the shoulder blades back toward the hips. One more time. Okay, now sit on your heels again. Interlace the hands and put it just behind your occiput. Okay, now bring the 2 elbows closer to each other. Okay, now push the occiput. You can also use the hand to help you. Push the occiput up, like you want to stretch your cervical spine. Close your eyes and keep on stretching from the occiput, so the bump behind your head, till the base of your neck. Last moments. Keep the shoulders down. And release. Create circles with your head, small circles, both on one side and on the other side. Now we're gonna do roughly the same, but once that you reach almost your maximum on the stretching phase, I want you to push with your occiput behind. So I want you to activate the muscles of your neck to strengthen those muscles. Because since you had this problem with a neck, you have to lengthen the muscle, lengthen the spine, the cervical spine, but also you have also to reinforce those muscles. Because otherwise, as soon as you have a small tension, you will feel, again, not only, well, it will be painful, again, because you're kind of weak. Preserving a part of our body by not using it is not always the good idea. So lengthen, but strengthen too. So do you have a yoga strap? You have it. I'm sure that you have it. Okay, take the yoga strap, or even, actually, if you have also Pilates elastic band is good. So you can use any fabric, actually, long enough. Okay. But since I know that you have a yoga strap, well, you have also the Pilates. Yeah, you're the best. You're just the best. Or you can use both. Maybe for you, then it's easier to use, for your condition, it's easier to use the Pilates elastic band. So you will be less, it will be easier, just easier. The idea is to enter a tabletop position, but with the elastic band or the strap just behind your occiput. And you take the two sides of the strap or elastic band just under the head. From this position, I want you to move the shoulders away from the ears as much as you can, and to push the head forward like you are a turtle that want to move the head away out of your of the housing. Once that you have the head forward and shoulders back, start pushing with the occiput back. Stay there for 3 breaths. Not too long breaths, just easy ones. And release. Tighten to match the elastic band. One more time. Start pushing the occiput back. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. This is really important. Keep moving the head forward and the shoulders back. And at the end of the breath, release again. And then we're going to do it one more time. Find your position. And then count 3 easy breaths. And release. And again, create circles with your head just to add more fluidity to the neck. And if you hear some weird sound, I can tell you that you don't have any sable in your neck. Don't worry, it's not sable, it's just normal. Okay, now tabletop position, normal tabletop position. Roll the arms outwards, lie the shoulder blades over the waist. Step back with your knees just a tiny bit and move your feet as wide as the mat. Tuck your toes under. Keep on rolling the arms outwards, lie the shoulder blades over the waist, and focus on those shoulders. I want you to keep the shoulders wide. Lift your knees and move the chest toward your thighs. Stay there. Shoulders wide. And go back in tabletop position. One more time, lift your knees and put the chest in contact as much as you can with your thighs. Stay there. Shoulders wide. And go back in tabletop position. Okay. Roll the arms outwards, lie the shoulder blades over the waist, keep the shoulders wide. And again, chest toward the thighs. But there, without moving the shoulders, start straightening your legs for Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe deeply on your chest and expand your shoulders and shoulder blades. Make space around the shoulders and allow the head to fall down toward the ground freely. Release the tension on your neck. Really gently, walk back with your hands. Put your hands on the waist. Back, back, back. Toward the Uttanasana, wide leg Uttanasana. Okay. And without bending the knees, lift your torso. Okay. Interlace the hands behind your sacrum. Straighten your arms. And push the hands down and away from your buttocks. 3 breaths. Breathe on your chest. Try and expand your chest. And release. Keep the legs wider than the feet wider than your hips. Put your hands on the waist. Bend your knees. Guess what? Create circles with your hips and lumbar spine. Do it slowly, okay, but try and widen the movement. Don't move your shoulders, just focus the movement here. Bend your knees a little bit more. Okay. Use also your abdominal muscles. That is, I want you to tilt your hip back and forward. So activate your abdominal muscles when you move forward, when you move to the front. Activate your lumbar spine muscles when you go toward the back. Okay, turn also on the other side. Good. So actually this movement will work not only on abdominal muscles, lumbar spine muscles, but also on the hips. and also on the thighs, if you bend your knees quite a bit. Okay, that's good. Now, let's just slightly wider than the hips. Turn the legs outward to have the feet roughly at 45 degrees, hands on the waist. Now we'll do another weird movement. You know that I'm weird. Just tilt your hip to the right and left. This also is an easy stretch on your hip area without doing something too harsh, but you're just adding some fluidity. And then actually this movement will be used in Trikonasana. So we're going to move into Trikonasana. So widen your legs. Roll the right leg outward, left leg inward to have the left feet roughly at 45 degrees. Belly in. Observe your right knee. Right knee often will tilt inward, so there's a torsion. To avoid that, roll the right leg outward to keep the knee aligned between the feet and the hip. And then do the same movement that we did before. Whoop. Straighten your arms and go down. You will feel a deeper stretch on your right leg, but the two sides of your torso will be equal. Put your right hand in front, inside of your right leg, and use this link to twist your torso up to the sky. Lift the left arm up, shoulders down, shoulders over the waist. Lift the sternum. Put the big toe down, right big toe down. Roll the right leg outward. Lift the sternum. And really slowly come up. Just to let you see one thing, if I don't do this movement, Trikonasana will be something like this. So this one is really long, this one is that. Well, if I use the hip, the two sides will be longer. The movement has to come from the hips, because the hip and the spine are perpendicular one to the other. So if we want to keep the spine straight and perpendicular to the ground as much as you can, then the hip has to be as much as you can. If the spine has to be parallel to the ground, the hips have to be as much as you can. The direction, obviously, has to be parallel to and perpendicular to the ground. So tilt your hip to the right. So allow the right side of the hips to go down. Allow the left side to go to the left. There, go down. Keep the sternum lifted. Move the two shoulders gently back. Now, put your hands just in front of the leg. Don't go down. Don't go all the way down. Just focus on that opening. And then twist. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. And really gently come back up. That's good. To the other side. Same thing. Tilt your hip to the left. This is really important to keep the spine straight and the two sides of your belly long. No need to go all the way down. I don't really care about that. I prefer to see that than to see that. Okay? So tilt your hip, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, go down, 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 down. Straighten your arms. Use the left arm to twist the torso. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the legs active, belly in. 3 breaths. Smile. And really gently come back up. Good. No, not good. It's late. Okay, no problem. Lay down. But we're not going to enter Shavasana straight away. Just one moment. Just one moment. We're gonna do another movement to stretch the spine, especially the neck. So keep your knees bent and the feet quite close to the buttocks. Arms completely relaxed. So you can just roll the arms outward, palm of the hand facing the sky, and slide the shoulder blades over the waist, like you do in Shavasana. Now, push gently, really gently, the back of the head away from the shoulders. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply, and with the exhalation, push gently with your feet against the ground to tilt your hip back and lower the lumbar spine toward the ground. When you inhale, allow the hip to tilt forward naturally again, so release the movement. When you exhale again, lumbar spine toward the ground. When you inhale, release the muscles and allow the hip to tilt forward naturally. One more time. With the exhalation, lumbar spine down. With the inhalation, release. Now we're going to add the neck. So when you exhale, lumbar spine toward the ground, but push the back of the head away from the shoulders to lengthen the cervical spine and move it down toward the ground. One needs to touch the ground, but it's just a movement toward the ground. And with the inhalation, release both movements. Exhale, lumbar spine and neck toward the ground. Inhale, release. Exhale, lumbar spine and neck toward the ground. Push the back of the head away from the shoulders, but try and not contract the muscles of your throat, around your throat. One more time. When you exhale, lumbar spine and neck toward the ground. And when you inhale, release the movement. Now you can enter Shavasana. Find your comfortable position in Shavasana. If you need any props, you can take it. And unfortunately, it took a little bit more time than usual, so it will be a short Shavasana, which is hard to do a short Shavasana because it's super good. But yeah, it is how it is. At the end of Shavasana, I'm going to chant the mantra. And at the end of the mantra, I'm going to guide you out of the pose. Till that moment, just relax. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva Tvameva bandhu cha sakha tvameva Tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Slowly start moving your toes and fingers. Bring back the awareness into your body. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Release all tensions. Let go. One more time. Bend your knees, roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment before sitting comfortably for the chant of 3 Om. Keep your spine straight yet relaxed. Hands in Inanna Mudra or Chin Mudra. So thumb and index finger together, palm of the hand either facing the sky or the ground, whichever is more comfortable for you in this very moment. Keep your eyes closed, face, throat and belly soft. Allow the shoulders to drop. And from this position, find an easier and softer version. So if the spine unwind just a bit, it's not a problem. Allow the muscles of your body to soften. Inhale deeply. Create this vibration. Now, still with your eyes closed, relax again your face, your throat and your belly. And with your muscles soft, observe if your spine start moving gently. It can, it cannot. This is not a problem. But just become aware of your body and of your energies. Put your hands in prayer position in front of the chest. Open your eyes. Namaste.